Hello, hello. Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill. Hey, Charles. Yeah, I thought that was cool, so I switched it. More interesting. Hey, Cindy. How is everybody? Give it a few more minutes, let people filter in. Will do, sir. I should put a note on your name so I remember. Hey, Joe. And sorry to everybody for the packages getting out late. We had a bit of a disaster. I'll go into that here shortly. Let you guys know what we've been dealing with for the past week. Oh yeah, Joe, Ramon bought you a coin last week after you left. So either give him your address or give me your address. That's good. I'm glad you got it quick. Yes, you. I don't remember what it was, but he bought you something. So either hit Ramon up and get his email and he can send it to you when I send it to him, or give me your email and I'll send it to you and he'll cover your shipping. Cool. Yeah, so for those of you that know us, you know that we own a lot of aquariums. And one of them is a 120 gallon that has 2 Oscars and a giant tank buster Placo in it. So we went to bed. It was Tuesday night. And then I woke up Wednesday morning to find that they had moved the water return pipe. Either they just moved it or they got into a fight and hit it or something. But it lifted it up and out of the aquarium and rotated it. So the filter was sucking in the water, running it through the filter, and then pumping it off onto the floor instead of back into the tank. So I woke up to 80 gallons of water having pumped out of that tank onto the floor. So that's what we've been dealing with for the past few days. We just finally got everything cleaned up, got our apartment put back together. Yeah, it was a nightmare. It completely soaked our living room, the office floor. The fish moved it. And then it was the vanity area and the secondary bathroom were both flooded. So we ended up having to go out and we bought a wet dry vac, a shop vac. We had to buy 2 turbo fans to help dry everything off, and a steam cleaner to get the rest of the water up and clean the actual carpet from, all the fishy smell. So, yeah. Yeah, we've never had them do it before now. And we anchored the tube better, so hopefully they won't do it again. And I think they did try, because the next day, there's a little piece that attaches right at the end of the tube that makes the water spread out as it goes out. They pulled that piece off, and it was just floating around. So, yeah, they need to quit playing with the tube. If I have to, I'll figure out some way to build a cage around it or something so they can't get to it. But yeah, so that was a nightmare.
That was a fish.
Yeah. So that's why shipping was late, for anybody who is wondering. Hey, Chef. Because it took us basically 3 days to clean it up and then another day to get our apartment back together. Okay. All right, for anybody new, here's our payment info. Payments made via PayPal. Use cheapskatecoins@gmail.com and use goods and services only. And, I left the window open. We do also have Cash App. If anybody has Cash App, honestly, we'd prefer you start using that because we lose a lot less money if you use Cash App, which is nice. You're new. Hey, Bo. Shipping is $4.50 to $22, depending on, the size of your package and all that. If it's a little purple bubble mailer, it's $4.50. If it's large flat rate, it's $22. If you want it registered, that is the only way you can insure coins through the mail. It's an extra $20 to have it registered. If you want it sent fragile so it doesn't get sent through the machines and better chance of nothing getting broken, that's an $11 fee because they're charging for that now, which is dumb. But what can you do? So that is our info. And then if you're on Facebook, here's our link. The lot list is up on Facebook. It is the top post. We put the lot list up every day that we have the sale, so you can go and check it out. We also have a mailing list. If you want to be on the mailing list, send us an email. Don't tell me in chat because I'll forget. Same with if you want your packages shipped. Send us emails because there's a good chance, especially when we're in the middle of the stream, we are not going to remember. So send us emails. Let us know that you want it shipped and let us know if you want to be on the mailing list. All the mailing list is a few days before every sale, you will get the lot list in your email. Hey, Double Nickels. Once you get the lot list in your email, you have the option to pre-purchase items. You don't have to worry about somebody beating you in chat. It is still first come, first serve, of course, so if you want something, make sure that you email us and say, hey, I want these. Any pre-purchase items do have to be paid for by Sunday night. So keep that in mind, including any applicable shipping charges. Double Nickels is your brother. Well, hello, Bo's brother. So now you get your brother and your son. Awesome. Granted, your son hasn't been around. He said he's been busy or doing a vacation or something. Hopefully he pops back up. Like having him around. So, alright, give me a second. I gotta close the window. All right. He has COVID? Well, that's no good. Get rid of that. That's nasty. Hopefully you got the mild version. Yeah, my wife had it 2 months before they knew it was in the U.S. And struggled with it for 4 months. She got it November of 2019. And actually it was closer to 5 months because she had it through March. And they kept, because they didn't know about it yet, they kept misdiagnosing her with bronchitis. But, it wasn't going away. And then later on down the road, when they did a scan of her chest, they found the honeycombing syndrome in her lungs and then did the antibody test, and she tested positive for the antibodies. So nobody knows for sure when it originally got here. It's all guesswork. Yeah. Yeah, I think the estimate of October is probably a lot closer to when it actually got here. September, October. So, all right, let's get this show on the road because we got a lot. We had a pretty slow pre-sales this week, so we have a lot of lots to get to. So we're gonna jump right into the list. And I am going to be going kind of quick because, I don't want to keep you guys on until after midnight, especially for those of you on the East Coast. All right, kicking off with banknotes as normal. And we are starting off with the 1948 British Armed Forces £1 note. Uncirculated for $3. These were the notes that the military used at the military commissaries and whatnot.
Yes, you did, Bill.
What graded coin?
The PCGS.
It was in your pack. We went through and confirmed everything. If you got it last week, it should have been in there.
No, this week. This one.
Oh, are you talking about the one that you got this time? Oh, yeah, you did. It's in your pack. It'll be going out when we ship out your new one.
Yes.
You pre-saled your stuff after we did the shipping last time.
Yes. Yes, this time.
All right, moving on. We've also got the 1956 version of that note, uncirculated. British Armed Forces, £1. Again, going for $3. If anybody wants both, you can do both for $5. I'll give you $1 off. So you get the 48 and the 56. So if you want both, just say bin both. And I will save you $1. Any takers? Alright, moving on. If anybody decides you want those, by the way, we can do multiple sets of those if anybody wants them. And I will do anybody who wants a set. If you decide you want one, I'll do it at the $5 if you want the set. Next up, from 1992, we got a 10 peso.
Oh.
This one is not uncirculated. This one's going for $2. Do we have any older England banknotes? We do not. I know, Cindy. It's already on. We already got it. We are covered.
Yes.
And Bo, this might be one you don't have.
I don't know.
Oh, it's all good. I'd rather you say something than not. So you're good. By the way, if anybody needs a banknote album, we do still have 2 left. They're $20 each. They hold 103 banknotes. If anybody wants both, I'll give you a deal. This one is going to Bo. Oops, wrong one.
Congrats, Bo.
Next up, from Myanmar. Assuming we still have your package, we do.
Yes.
Your package is still here. Still filling it up. 1994, 50 kyats from Myanmar. Uncirculated banknote, going for $2.
Yes, you have lots of room.
Yeah, you've got this one. So unless you decide at some point you want to collect for serial number. But if you're just going for a typeset, then yeah, you've already got one of these. Interesting looking little critter on there. Alright, moving on. To China with a 1999 1 or yen. Uncirculated banknote going for $2. How do we decipher the bill? This one? 1999. 1 And anytime it says renmin on it, that means China. Oh, the last one? This one? Hey, Cody. Well, I mean, it says 50 kyats right on it. Central Bank of Myanmar. And then... somewhere like right around in here, if I remember right, was where the date was. So, Not too hard, if you know what you're looking for. Alright, moving on to Egypt. $2017 50 piastres. Uncirculated banknote from Egypt. Going for $2. A, B, and K gold. So this one, of course, says it all right there. And then the date is right there, including the month and the day that it was released. So you got 2017, that's 2017. And then you got 2, so that was February. And then...
What?
I don't remember what that one is right off the top of my head. Give me a sec. Want to give you the right info. So let me double check. Six. So 2017, the 2nd of June. It's either the 2nd of June or February 6th. One of the two. I don't actually remember which order it goes into. It's actually not hard, especially with the Arabic Muslim, because each one of the symbols represents
A
number and that we know. So all you have to do is memorize what goes to what, and you got it. There's no, not like some country where you have like hokey math you got to do.
Hi, B, gold.
All right, moving on. All right, next one up, 1990 50 peso from Guinea-Bissau. Uncirculated. Going for $2. Haven't come across one yet. I will let you know when I do.
Hi, hidden.
I don't blame this guy for looking unhappy, considering it looks like his head was taken off and then reattached. Kind of weird. Alright, moving on. How about some larger denominations for you guys? Here's a 2015 2,000 Rupiah from Indonesia. Uncirculated. Going for $2. Ain't it takers? Going to bow.
Congrats, Bo.
Which brings us to the largest banknote of the evening, which is the 1994 100 dinars from Iraq. Uncirculated banknote. Of course, y'all know his mug.
Right.
Any takers? I think you're safe.
Yeah.
Unless he becomes a zombie.
Jovi.
Going to Joe V. Congrats, Joe.
He needs to send us his info.
He did.
Okay.
It's right there.
Okay.
Joe, is the email that you sent us, is that the same email that you use for PayPal? Yeah, we'll throw it in with the coin. Your shipping is covered, courtesy of Ramon. You do Cash App? All right, cool. Yeah, just use Cheapskate Coins at gmail.com. It will show up saying Louis Cachera. Just FYI, that it will show you my actual name. So don't get confused when you see that. It will say Louis Cachera. All right, next up. From 2017, this is a 20,000 bolivars from
welcome.
Venezuela. It's one of those cool upright banknotes. Uncirculated. Over $2.
So you guys go back, I think.
Has some sideburns right there. Yeah, the back is
Sideways.
sideways.
But it has cool birdies.
Not sure what kind of birds those are, but they're pretty. Any takers? All right, we are moving on to Vietnam.
You're 6. Because you've been 5 way too long.
All right, this one is from the series of 1988 through 2000. It is the 2000 dong from Vietnam, uncirculated. And go for $2. On these particular banknotes, all they put
Mr. Miyagi.
is they put the year that the note run started, and then they just printed out a bunch of them and released them for 12 years till they ran out.
I don't know, it kind of looks like him.
Except Mr. Miyagi's Japanese, not Vietnamese.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, moving on to the last banknote of the night. It's another series note, 1980 to 88. This is the 20 kwachas from Zambia. Uncirculated and going for $2.
I like that bird. I think it's an eagle.
Yeah, that's kind of a neat design.
Yeah. And it has a fishy.
Yeah, I just noticed that. It's holding a fish. an eagle that's an efficient fisher.
Right.
Anybody? All right, I'm going to do a crazy deal for you guys tonight. Because we're trying to offload these to make room for some new. So, if anybody wants all 7 banknotes that didn't sell. Oh, Bo's taking the Zambia. All right, if anybody wants all 6 that didn't sell. I will do all 6 for $6. Drops them all to $1 a piece. So you're getting the Vietnamese. You're getting the Venezuela 20,000 Bolivar. You're getting the Bissau, the Egypt, the China, and the Myanmar. Ben, all 6 if nobody else wants them. Does anybody else want them? If not, Bo's taking them. All right, Bo. Looks like you're getting them. Good right, sir. All right. Coinage time. You'll sacrifice to get due. You're like, come on, get me some stuff I haven't gotten already. All right, foreign silver time. Kick it off with some Sweden. And the 1941 10 ore. 40% silver, extremely fine, going for $2. Let's get that closer to the subject. There we go. Can't go wrong for $2. Any takers? Man, nobody wants it for $2? All right, moving on. To the 1947 10 ore. 40% silver. This one's in a VF for $2. Come on, light. Work with me. That's about as good as I'm going to get it right now. All right, moving on. To the 1950 10 ore. Again, 40% silver. Again, this one is in a VF and going for $2.
Other direction, then. Side flip.
About all three for $5. I'll go all three for $5. Save you $1. And Joe V is taking that deal. Congrats, Joe. All right. Moving on to France. And we're kicking off France with a 1912 50 centavos. Or it's supposed to say centimos. Because it's France. 83.5% silver. Extremely fine. So 50 centimes. Let me fix that typo real quick. Let's get to the right country. Centimes. There we go. This is going for $5. It's got that cool dark silver toning. There we go. Now you got a better focus. Any takers? Stay down. All right, moving on. To the 1918 1 franc. 83.5% silver. This one's an AU. Going for 15. Ooh, glare. Here, from that angle, you can kind of see the cartwheel bit that's remaining on the AU. Any takers? All right, moving on to the 1961 5 francs. 83.5% silver. This one is a BU. $18. And you can kind of see the luster before it glares out. Always the fun of getting the light to cooperate, right?
Right. Are those rubber bands together?
Yeah.
Where's the rubber band?
Right here. Man, no love for the silver tonight, huh? All right. Moving on.
What's the next one? It's right there.
Next up, we got one coin from Switzerland. It is the 1935 5 francs. 83.5% silver, very fine, going for 15 bucks.
You guys are allowed to talk too.
Yeah, don't forget y'all are allowed to talk and chat.
Hi, Trent.
Hey, Trent. All three of the France are still available if you wanted any of them. Last call on this one. You want the 1912?
Okay.
Got it. 1912 France is going to Trent.
Rats.
Alright, moving on. Next up, we got one from New Zealand. It is the 1939 3 pence. 50% silver in very fine. $3. Glare. There we go. Hold it like that. And this one's going to Trent. Congrats, Trent. Next up, Belgium. Couple of oldies from Belgium today. Starting with the 1886 50 centimes, 83.5% silver in good. Going for 15 bucks.
Dude, that has a long beard.
Yeah, that's the beard master there. This is an old one. Hey, Bigfoot.
Hi, Bigfoot.
Now we've also got the same coin in VF for 25. So here is the VF version. See there way more detail in the mustache, the beard, the hair. Good solid rim lines everywhere. Some facial detail, ear detail.
A lot more detail on the back.
And then you got detail from all of the devices on the back. Any takers on either? for some odd reason anybody wants both, I'll do both for 30. That gives you $5 off. You can use one as a giveaway, give it as a gift. I don't know. They're great to collect. I love foreign silver coins.
Yeah.
They're so much more interesting than ours. All right, we are moving on.
To Britain.
Got some British silver, starting with a 1932 3 pence. 50% silver in VF for $3. Going to Trent.
Congrats, Trent.
Congrats, sir. Alright, and then the next one is a bit harder one to get.
That says 3 on it.
Huh?
That says 3 and that says 5.
Oh, and I typoed. Hang on, let me make sure. I want to make sure if I typoed or if I made a mistake. Hey, Rhonda.
43.
Okay, it is a 43. So let me double check this real quick. One moment. Making a correction here live. Do-do-do. EF. Okay, the prices on it is right. It was just a typo on the year on the list.
Yeah.
All right, so it is actually a 43. We had a typo on the list.
Yeah, he accidentally put the wrong date. And hence... Okay.
So it's the 1943. And extremely fine. This was a low mintage. There was only... I still got it up. 1943 only had 1.379 million minted. NGC list in an EF is $20. So we're doing it at half list for $10. So this one is a bit harder year to get for the 3 pence. And let me show you guys so you don't have to take my word for it. Come on.
You can do it.
There we go. Alright, so you got Great Britain, 3 pence. 1943, 1,379,000 minted, and extremely fine list price is $20. So you're getting it for half of list. Been here from the beginning. Finally got to where you can see the type. Well, that's good. All right, last call on this one. All right, we are moving on. To the sixpences. Starting with the 1920. This one's in good. Going for $4. 925 sterling. The sixpence was the only coin that made it in 1920 with 925 silver. And then there was also a 50% silver version. The only way you know the difference is the weight. Going to Trent. Congrats, Trent. Next up, 1921. This one is in very good, going for $4. 50% silver.
There's something up with that too.
Yeah. All right, moving on. To the 1925. This one's in a VG, going for $4. There we go. Let's get the glare out of there. Any takers? All right, moving on. To the 1926. This one again is in very good and going for $4. BR Chef, you are bidding the 21, 25, and 26. Congrats, and congrats. 6. Got it. Which brings us to the 28. This one's in good, going for $3. Alright, moving on to the 29. This one's in very good. Going for $3. Again, these are all 50% silver. Chef is bidding the 28 and the 29.
Congrats.
Awesome. Which brings us to the 30. This is the 1930. This one is in fine. So you got a bit more detail around the ear, around the mustache. You can see the goatee a little better. Going for $4.
Oh, it's fine.
It's all good, man. Any takers at 4? Alright, moving on to the 34 in VF. Going for $4. Alright, moving on to the final sixpence,
42.
which is the 1942. This one is also in VF, 50% silver, going for $4.
All 3 for 10.
No, I can. I'll do that for you, Chef.
Okay. Alrighty.
So Chef is getting the 30, 34, and 42 for $10. Congrats, sir. On to shillings. Kicking off with the 1920 One Shilling. 50% silver in good, going for $4.
Are you having issues?
I am. Go back to overhead
Yeah.
for these, because these are bigger.
What I figured you would do.
There we go.
Now you can see the whole coin. A lot better.
All right, moving on to the 1928. This one is in fine and going again for $4. Going to Trent. Congrats, Trent. All right, next up is the 1929. Again in fine. And again for $4. And going to Trent. Congrats, Trent. All right, and the next one, 1931. This one's in a VF. And going for $5.
Stay. No falling over.
All right, moving on to the 32 and very fine. Also going for $5. moving on to the 33. This one's an extremely fine. Going for $7. Any takers? All right, moving on. To the 1934. This one is in fine. Going for $5. Any takers? All right, moving on. To the 35. This one is in VF and going for 5. Again, 50% silver. One shilling. Moving on to the 36 and extremely fine. Going for 7. This one's about as close as you can get to an AU without actually being an AU. Any takers? All right, moving on. Next up is the 1938 1 shilling. Again, an extremely fine and going for $7. Very nice. Yeah, my dad was born in the 30s too. I just don't remember right off exactly what year. It might have been 38 as well.
I don't know.
Alright, moving on. To the only BU shilling we have for right now. The 1939 One Shilling. This one is BU.
$10.
And go for $10.
We do have a EF one too. That's for 5.
And then we do also have the same year as an EF for 5. There is the BU. Light does not want to show it very well, as usual. The luster is there when you see it in person. And then here's the EF for 5.
So just let us know which one you want.
If anybody wants one, just let us know which grade you want.
The BU or the EF?
Any takers? All right, moving on. To the 1940. This one is in very fine, going for $4. Any takers? Going to Trent. Congrats, Trent. Next is the 1941. This one's in a fine and going for $3. That is not much above melt. And going to Trent. Congrats, sir. And the final shilling of the night from Britain. The 1944. This one's in a very fine. Going for $4. And going to Joe. Congrats, Joe. Joe, this is why I recommend to everybody just wait till the end to pay.
Yeah.
That way you're not having to send a bunch of payments. All right. Now we're on to florins. Kick it off at 1920. This one's in a good, going for $6. Yeah, 'cause you already paid your first 7, so now just start adding now at 4. One florin. Yeah, it is a nice design. For sure. Alright, moving on to the 1928. This one's in a very good. And going for 6. And going to Trent. Congrats, sir. Next up is 1938. This one's in a very good, going for 5. And going to Trent.
Congrats, Trent.
Next up, 1941. This one's in a VG, and again, going for 5. Going to Trent. Congrats, sir. All right, last Britain of the night.
No. There's more.
For silver. 1946. This one is in a very fine and going for 7.
As it's glaring out. It's not supposed to glare. Underrated that.
Angela says she thinks I undergraded it. What do you guys think? And this one's going to Trent.
Congrats, Trent.
All right, moving to Canada. Start kicking off with the BU. 1968, 10 cents. From Canada, 80% silver, brilliant uncirculated. You can definitely see the luster on that one. Wow. $4. Man, nobody wants to be 68 or $4? Alright, moving on. To the 1950, 25 cents. 80% silver, extremely fine, $7. Canadian quarters. Of the silver variety. Alright, moving on. To the 1954. This one's gonna fine, going for $5. There's a melt on these right now.
Our peeps need to talk.
Let's see. Melt value right now on these. $3.89. And going to Trent. Grass Trent.
Talk, peeps.
Next up, 1962. This one's in a VF. You can definitely tell it's got some toning on it. Over $5. $1.11 over melt.
You can't beat that.
And going to Trent.
Press Trent.
Grass Trent. Next up, how about a BU? 1966, Brilliant Uncirculated. Going for $6. God. It's hard to even get the camera to see it. In the couple of moments when it's not glared out, you can see the luster going around. The only reason as a BU it's only $6 is just because of that carbon spot.
And BR shop.
Going to Chef. Congrats, sir. Alright, next up we got a key date. I dropped the price on this from last time we had it by $30. This is the 1900 50-cent piece. 925 sterling silver. It's in fine details. It does have the hole. 118,000 of these minted. If it didn't have the hole, it would list on NGC for $175. Because it has the hole, I'm doing it for $50. I knocked $30 off the price from last time we had this one out. Anybody interested at $50 for a key date? This is the Newfoundland.
Let's go.
Last call on it. All right, moving on. To the 1944 Canadian half dollar. This one is in very fine, going for $12. 80% silver. All of the half dollars in Canada were all very low mintage. Because they didn't need a lot. Going to Trent. Congrats, sir. Next up, got a BU. 1963. Over $12. Upside down. God. And going to Trent. Congrats, sir. Let's follow that up with another BU from 1964. Again, going for $12. 80% silver. And going to Trent.
Press Trent. Sorry, I have a cookie.
That's fun.
All of these, Trent?
Yep. On $2. Canadian dollars. Starting with 1939. This one is a BU. It's got some toning on it. This one's seen some time in an album. Go over 28 bucks. Any takers? 28 bucks. Alright, moving on. To the 1963 in BU. This one is almost proof-like. That thing is beautiful. 25 bucks. That is luster for days. And going to Trent. Congrats, sir. And the last of the Canadian silver. This one is a more recent one. This is the 2010 50% silver proof. Going for 15 bucks. It's the one that's got the ship on the back. $1910 to 2010 Centennial. And going to Honey Family. Congrats, Honey.
Hi, honey.
Next up, I just slapped this one on the list this time around. This is a 100 foreigns box. It's the only one we have available at the moment. We meant to get a bunch more done over the past week, but again, apartment got flooded.
Yeah.
So that didn't happen. But you guys know these, you love them. 100 foreigns, all already in 2x2s, all of them already labeled, all of them different. So you might get, like, you know, the same denomination, but it'll be a different year from a particular country. Let's see, what do we got? We got...
I just punched my tummy.
Here's a 1989 500 Nuevos Pesos from Uruguay. There we go. Now we're focused. See what else we got.
Oh, 100 goggles.
This is a 1980 1 cent from Fiji.
Oh, no, cent.
Let's see, what's this one? Say 1992 100 drachma from Greece.
See, I told you I saw 100 drachmas.
So a lot of mix that you guys get in these boxes.
Germany.
1980 D5 Finnick from Germany. And I'm just grabbing random here, so.
Taiwan.
Here's one from Taiwan, 1984. One new dollar. Taiwan. Last call on this one, 15 bucks. And let's see, we got Dominican Republic.
And be our chef.
Going to chef. That's a 1 peso, 2002. Good rat, chef. All right. Let me get this focus back in. There we go. All right, next up, got 4 of these available again. These are the full rolls of the One Gio mixed dates. A good majority of them are Brilliant Uncirculated. These are going for $4 per roll. If anybody wants all 4 rolls, I'll give you all 4 for 12 bucks. That makes it $3 each.
Yeah, like you can see that. So 2009?
Yep. They're right on top, 2009 uncirculated.
$2014.
2014 BU proof like.
Doesn't have a date.
Flip. 2014. 2012. 2010.
And that's just one roll.
A lot of mixed dates. I've seen stuff in these rolls that are as low as, I think, like the 70s.
Now focus that back in. There you go.
You got the ones that have the different color rims. Those are the older ones, because those are the old aluminums.
Yeah. Last call.
Last call on these, $4 each, or if you want all 4, dropped it to $3 each, so you get them for 12. All right, moving on. There we go. One more roll for you guys today. It is a roll of 1971 2 pence from Britain. 25 coins. They are circulated condition. So various different conditions. I'll pull out a few here so you can see a few. Here's some examples. It's about an EF to an AU. These are not checked for varieties or errors. So who knows what you might find in here. And this one's going to Chef. Congrats, sir. All right. Hey, Ramon.
Hi, Ramon. You better not still be driving.
All right, we will be back. We're going to take a quick break. I need to use the restroom. So when we get back, we're going to have some non-foreign silvers. Then we'll get into the Americans. Lots of cool stuff still to come. Stick around. Don't take off.
Yes, don't go anywhere.
88 miles per hour. Uh-oh. Are you in a DeLorean? All right, we will be right back. Oh, Ramon, I'll be adding Jovi shipping to your total because he did give me his information today from the coin that you bought him last week. I'm back. DeLorean bicycle. Alright, I got a rare set for you guys tonight. This is the 1954 5 centavo, both the with and the without dot. 2-coin set. Both coins are in very fine. And they are labeled which one it is. That's the with dot. That's the without. Both in VF. I'll show you what you're looking at here. Get that focused in a bit better. Gotta find it again.
Pretty sure there's not on the other side.
I'm double checking it right now. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so there's two things you're looking at. Let me make sure which one I'm on. All right, I need the with dot first. So you're looking at that dot there.
Next to Birdie's head.
If you can see my pointer, that's the dot on the reverse. If you look at the other one, not there. And then on the obverse, you're looking next to her hair. The dot is right there. And then, of course, on this one, no dot. So that is what you are looking at for these. And then I'm going to bring up the browser view real fast so you can see this. 1954 with dot in VF, list for $10. Without dot in VF, list for $15. So you got $25 list between the two of them. I'd like to try and get $20 out of it if anybody's interested. No, it wasn't supposed to have it. It was they did a small run of the with dot. And that was actually, it was an error in the die, so they quit using the die. And it ended up on both sides. So I am willing to take offers on it. I'd like to try and get $20 out of it, but I will take offers. And you're getting both of them. Again, there's your dot on the reverse. And your no dot. Any takers? The with dot, by the way, is actually pretty tough to find. Because again, they only did a limited run before they realized the error with the die and corrected it. So, all right, last call on this one. Any interest? All right, moving on. Got a couple silver spaced in here as well. So we got the 1950, 25 centavos. It's 30% silver and extremely fine, $2. How can you go wrong with a silver coin for $2? Going to Chef. Congrats, Chef. Next up, this is the only coin I have ever seen that has this percentage. It is a 42% silver. 1935, 50 centavos. And fine, going for $3. That's like not far off from the melt on this one. And this one's going to Hidden. Congrats, Hidden. All right, next up. We got an oldie. 1861 quarter real from Mexico. Good condition, going for $3. $1/4 real. That was a little piece of history right there. It's only $3. Any takers? Going to Chef. Congrats, Chef. Next up. From 1915. This is the Chihuahua Mexico Revolution 5 centavos. It is in fine and going for $2.
Other direction. There you go.
Going to Hidden.
Congrats, Hidden.
Congrats, Hidden. All right, next up from Britain.
Yes.
Yep, Chihuahua. This is the 1921 large penny from Britain. It is in VF Plus. Looking for $5. It's very rare you see them this old and looking this good.
No, Hidden, we do not have any pachyderms. I know what you were thinking.
No, but we did throw something special in your package for your birthday.
Yes.
It's not a coin, but it's an elephant. It's just taking you forever to fill your box up, so.
You might get it next year.
Last call on this one. Beautiful condition for one of these things. All right, moving on to the 1963 British large cent BU red. Check that out. Going for $5. NGC list on this one is $10. So you're getting it for half of a list. Oh yeah, this thing is gorgeous. Tell you what, if anybody wants both, I'll do both for $8. That makes them $4 each. That's a heck of a deal. You're getting both coins for less than the list of just this one.
Does Hidden want to see his present? Or want to get surprised?
Hayden, do you want to see your birthday present or just be surprised? Man, nobody wants these? Really? All right, moving on. I thought sure somebody would take the deal. So it probably won't fit you unless you have like really small hands. But that's it, sir. Elephant head on a ring. So that is in your package. That's your late birthday present. Alright, moving on. I've never heard of this place till I got this coin. This is the 1923 One Pfennig from Danzig.
You're welcome.
In extremely fine. Going for $8. You're welcome, Hidden. Any takers? It's the first time we've ever had a coin from this place. And that's actually an EF red brown. So that is even better. Any takers?
That looks like what?
Let me pull this one. $23. Oop, I priced that wrong. All right, making a correction. It's $4. I realize I priced it wrong. So let me correct that.
It's a part of Poland now. Did not know that.
There we go. All right. So bringing up the browser. Hidden said he thinks it looks uncirculated. So Danzig, 5 Finnig, 1923 in EF. List for $7. If Hidden's right and it's uncirculated, that means it lists for $40. Or 15 if it's right at the beginning of uncirculated. But I'm going to stick with my $4. Any takers at $4? I guess an argument could be made for
That side looks uncirculated.
AU
but
to,
the other
yeah,
side
like
doesn't.
an AU to an uncirculated. I mean, it's got luster, that's for sure. But it's not making it all the way around. So the best it would be an AU. If nobody buys it, we're probably going to keep it. Because we don't have a coin from this place. So this is your one shot at getting it. And going to Chef. Grazie. Next up. Got an 1876D. One Finnick from Germany and extremely fine for $10. NGC list, $20. Any takers? That is an old piece of German history right there. Been on the scope so you can see it better. There you go. That is a good looking coin. 1876.
That needs to quit hitting me.
Last call. moving on to the 1882 10 Rapin from Switzerland. This one's in a VF. Going for $3. Where's all my oldie collectors? All right, moving on. To the 1876 half Anna from India. Good condition, $5. That is a big chunk of copper. This isn't a silver dollar holder. To give you an idea of how big this coin is. Indeed they did. All right, moving on. And usually you guys go crazy over these oldies, and nobody wants them anymore. Next up, 1964, 5 Pasadas from Spain, Brilliant Uncirculated. This one's going for $10. NGC list is 20. So again, you're getting it at half list. What's that dude's problem? Nobody's buying him. That's what his problem is. He's homeless. You get all dressed up and shiny and lustery and no good. All right, moving on. Next up is the 1917 2-ore from Denmark in a VF. This one's going for $6. Welcome home. NGC list is 12. So once again, you're getting half list. Alright, moving on to the 1918 large penny from Australia. This one's in a very fine. Going for $5. Australian Commonwealth. It's another big one. Bigger than a $half. That's why we had to put it in a dollar holder. Alright, moving on to the 1936 large penny in VF. This one's going for $2. Man, you guys are a tough crowd tonight. Not sure you guys would love these. All right, moving on to the 1942. This one's extremely fine. This is the Perth Mint 1942. Going for $2. Kangaroo. All right, moving on to the 1943 Perth Mint large penny. This one is BU and has very cool toning on it. Greens, blues, purples. This is an awesome looking coin. This one's going for $20. NGC list is 45. So you're getting this one for less than half of list. Check out all those colors. That is a rainbow coin. Any takers? This is a coin anybody would be proud to have in their collection. Man, nobody, huh? All right, moving on to the 1957 Perth Mint. This one is AU with some toning. This will go for $2. moving on. To 1840. Another little mixed in silver with an odd purity. This is the 10 Grazi. It's an about good from Poland. 19.2% silver. This one's going for $2.
That was very odd.
And then we've also got the exact same coin in fine. For $8. Yep, I'm about to switch to the scope. Alright, here is the about good. And here is the fine. It's actually a really cool design. It's got the shields all throughout the wings. It's kind of neat. Again, these are 19.2% silver. Technically, I just put 19% on it, but it's 19.2. So again, $8 for this one, $2 for the AG. Last call. All right, moving on. All right, next up, we got 5 of these available. These are the 1965 1 crowns from Britain. They're $4 each. They are all BU. These are the Churchill crown. Any takers? Only $4 each. One going to Chef.
Gotcha. Anyone else?
Anybody else? That leaves 4 left. Jeff, you're first. I'll find you the prettiest one. Let's see. And that was the prettiest one. Yeah, that's what you get for being first. You get the prettiest one. Anybody else? All right, moving on. All right, next up, we've also got 5 of these available. Again, at $4 each. These are the 1977s. British 1 crowns, all BUs. And Chef wants 2 of them. That leaves 3 left. Anybody else? There you go, so you can see both sides at the same time. Last call. All right, moving on to some American coinage. Kicking off with some barber halves. Kicking off with a 1908. 90% silver. It is in very good. Going for $18. Any takers on the barber half? All right, moving on to the 1909 S. Again, very good, and again, $18. San Francisco mint mark right down there below the tail. All right, moving on. To the 1910 San Francisco. This one's a bit of a better year, which is why as a VG it's going for 20. Any takers? All right, moving on to the 1912. It's in a VG again, going for 18. I'll do a bundle deal on these if anybody wants all four. Let's see, it would have been $74 individually. I'll do it at 65 if anybody wants all four. That makes them $16.25 each. And I'm going to go last call. All right. Moving on. No love for the barbers either. You guys need to start emailing me and telling me what you guys want. Next up, we got two of these available. These are the 1922 piece dollars. Both BUs, both 40 bucks. Apparently we're just showing coins because I thought we had some collectors up in here, but apparently not. All right, moving on. to a 1923 BU. Going for 40 bucks. All right, moving on. To the 1925 BU. This one's going for 45. And this one is Jimmy.
I don't see it sparkling.
Heck yeah, Jimmy.
It's not sparkling.
All right, moving on. I guess nobody here likes peach dollars either. Oh yeah, that thing's gorgeous. Next up, we got two of these available. These are the 1971 S Silver Ikes. 40% silver, both are BU. 18 bucks each. One going to Chef.
Chef.
Any takers on the second? All right, moving on. All right, and then we've also got the non-silver 71 BU. These are the ones that were not released in mint sets. They were circulation only. So BUs are getting harder to come by. This one's going for 6. You know, I still need one to redo these.
Yeah. Ben's second Ike.
You want the second silver one? Second silver one's going to Chef. Yep, got you down on it. Thank you, sir. All right, moving on. Next up, we got two available. These were also not available in mint sets. These are the 1972 plain date type 1s. Both are brilliant uncirculated. building a roll. Hopefully we're helping you get closer. Again, these are going for $6 each. And we've also got the Denver 72, which is also not available in mint sets, at $6. If anybody wants a Philly and a Denver, I'll do it for $10. So I'll give you $1 off per coin. So just say bin set. Let me get this straightened out again here. And all crooked.
I didn't do it.
All right, moving on. Next up is the 1974 Brilliant Uncirculated, going for $3. This one actually lists at $15. I'm doing it for $3. All right, moving on to the 76 Denver Bicentennial. Again, BU and $3. And we've also got the Philly. And again, if anybody wants the set, the Philly and the Denver, I will do it for $5. So just say bin set. Moving on. All right, and then we've also got the 77 Denver and Philly. $3 individually, or again, I will do the set for $5. moving on. Last coin of the night is the 78 plain dates. In BU and $3. Alright, moving on. Is there anything anybody missed? Anything you want to know we got? Anything you saw but you want to see again?
Yes, no, maybe so.
Tell your neighbor to go away. It's disturbing your coin time. Alright. Well, then we will see everybody again next week. Everybody, thank you for coming out. We appreciate it.
Have a good night. We will get invoices done in like an hour.
Yeah, this is not going to take long. There we go. Alright, so Ramon, we will get you updated on that for having that shipping on there for Joe.
See y'all later.
Yeah, if there's anything that you see on there just that you want, just ask if we still got it, and I'll let you know. So, all right, everybody have a great night. I'm going to try and get on later on this week. Maybe go through some penny rolls or something. Just have a hangout and have some fun. I meant to do it last week, but again, apartment got flooded, so that didn't work. So everybody, thanks for coming out. If you guys want to help us out, spread word about our stream. We need to get some more people in here. Been noticing our view numbers going down. So help us spread word. We'd appreciate it. It'd be very much awesome of you guys. Everybody have a great night.